Well, right now we are heading out to our Megan Lopez. She's live at 19th and Emerson with Denver Police Fire Captain Greg Pixley.
And Megan, what's the latest on the investigation?
It's an investigation that's still in its early stages. It's an investigation that's complex, and it's an investigation that's going to take quite a long time to complete. Somebody that knows a lot more about it than I do is Captain Pixley. So you were just telling me, I mean, you've never seen a fire of this size. Talk about the complexity of this investigation kind of moving forward.
Well, I liken it to a needle in a haystack. We're basically going to have to go through each piece very methodically, taking apart the things that we think to be clues so that we can use them towards a final determination of what actually caused the fire, why it took off the way it did.
And something else that you had mentioned is that despite the fact that there were 2 tragic losses of life, this could have been a lot worse. I mean, talk about that.
Well, I think as a community that we've really had a degree of luck with this, and God bless the 2 gentlemen that passed, but we could have had a whole block or multiple blocks that continued to catch on fire, especially if we had had the winds that we had earlier in the week. So we were lucky in a lot of respects, and the community has a true responsibility with the opportunities we had to save those many people that were affected by this fire.
And I mean, you were also talking about the fact that it was the efforts of the firefighters, it was the efforts of the construction workers and other people that were kind of on the scene. What would you kind of tell people about those efforts?
Well, heroic, to say the least. The firefighters certainly put themselves at risk to try to save the buildings around here and try to save the homes, but the co-workers and the people in the rec center and the people in the medical building that was just to the south of the fire building really put themselves at risk as well, and they should be recognized. And again, I believe it is the community. This is Denver. This is what we're all about, looking out for one another.
And very quickly, today there's going to be more help kind of going and extending forward, right?
Yeah, we're continuing. The Community Planning and Development Division will be out here at 7 a.m. to help those residents that are still looking for some support. And it's necessary to continue because this could be months, as you mentioned, as we go through this final process. Hopefully we have people in the short term, in a week or so. But again, we want to provide the resources as a community to these individuals.
Thank you so much for joining us, Captain Pixley. Something else that I can tell you is that it was about 100 firefighters that were out here, and Captain Pixley had told me a little bit earlier that some of their trucks had actually suffered damage because of the fire, just how hot it was burning, Nicole and Molly. So just a long investigation that's going to take a lot of effort to determine exactly what happened here.
All right, thank you so much, Megan. And we'll be following this story all morning, bringing you the very latest information as it comes into our newsroom. You can get those updates anytime by heading to thedenverchannel.com.